Hey everyone, in this video we will have a look at factorising monic trinomials. This is part 3. So when we're factorising monic trinomials, we have x squared, and over here in front of the x we usually have a single digit, but we can obtain that single digit by plussing two factors, so that's m and n, and we could get this last digit, so let's call that c, first one b. We could get c by multiplying those two factors. So two factors that multiply should give us c, and when we add should give us b. So when we come to writing that in factorised form, that's x plus m times x plus n. So let's have a look at an example. So over here I have x squared plus 8x plus 15. So I need two numbers such that when I multiply give me 15. So let's write down the factors of 15. I have 5 and 3, that gives me 15 when I multiply. I have minus 5 and minus 3, that also gives me positive 15. I have 1 and 15, and I also have minus 1 and minus 15. Now when I multiply these I get 15. Now let's see when I add these, which of these give me 8? So 5 plus 3 gives me 8. Minus 5 plus minus 3 gives me minus 8. 1 and 15 gives me 16, and minus 1 and minus 15 give me minus 16. So the only possible solution is 5 and 3. So I could rewrite this as x plus 5 and x plus 3, or x plus 3 times x plus 5. It doesn't matter because it's multiplication, so order doesn't matter with multiplication. So this is my factorised form of x squared plus 8x plus 15. Let's have a look at another example. All right, so let's write down the factors of 6 again. I have 2 and 3. I have minus 2 and minus 3. I have 1 and 6, and I have minus 1 and minus 6. Let's see which of these when I add give me minus 5. So 2 plus 3 gives me 5, minus 2 plus minus 3 gives me minus 5, 1 plus 6 gives me 7, and minus 1 plus minus 6 gives me minus 7. Well, the only possible solution is with minus 2 and minus 3, because that gives me minus 5 when I add them, and when I multiply them they give me positive 6. So I could rewrite this as x minus 2 times x minus 3. So that's my factorised form. Right. Over here again, before looking at the factors of 28, I have this 2 at the front. So there's a common factor of 2 that I need to take out. If I take out the common factor of 2, I'm left with x squared. Now 2 times something should give me minus 10x, that's minus 5x, and 2 times something should give me minus 28, that's minus 14. I will deal with the 2 later on. Right now I will apply the same rule that I've been applying. So two numbers when I multiply give me minus 14. Now I could have minus 2 times 7. I could have positive 2 times minus 7. I could have minus 1 times 14. Or I could have 1 times minus 14. So again, when I add these, I should end up with minus 5. So over here, minus 2 plus 7 gives me positive 5. 2 plus minus 7 gives me minus 5. Minus 1 and 14 give me positive 13. And 1 and minus 14 give me minus 13. So the only possible solution that works is with this 2 and minus 7. So again, I leave 2 on the outside, and I have x plus 2 and x minus 7. Now I don't need these square brackets. I could write this as 2 times x plus 2 and x minus 7. So because it's multiplication, it's okay to write it like this. All right, let's have a look at our last example. Again, I want to have a look at two numbers when I multiply can be positive 16. So I could have positive 4 and positive 4. I could have negative 4 and negative 4. I could have positive 1 and positive 16. I could have negative 1 and negative 16. I could have positive 2 and positive 8. I could have negative 2 and negative 8. So I don't need to necessarily go through all of these. I could go through these until I reach minus 8 when I add the two factors. So 4 plus 4 gives me 8, minus 4 plus minus 4 gives me minus 8. So I could actually stop. I don't have to go through the rest of the list. If you like, you can. You don't need to. So I could rewrite this as x minus 4 and x minus 4. Well, I have two of the same answers, so that's squared, isn't it? So I have x minus 4 squared. So there we go. That is my factorised form of x squared minus 8x plus 16.